Hello there, friends. It is Sunday, February 7th, 2021, about 1 p.m. I don't really know what part of the cycle this is. I really shouldn't have made that last video, and I'm not going to delete it. I'm not going to try to sweep under the rug my low points and my embarrassments and whatever this time. It's certainly very hypocritical of me to talk about, are you willing to move forward even when the situation isn't necessarily great, and then hit a low point and falter, and you can't even stick to a measly once a week YouTube upload schedule? I know you're probably wondering, well, why is that really that much of a big deal? Take a break, do this, do that. Well, when you have a history of just kind of giving up and quitting on everything, I don't think I have to tell you that even small victories, even something like that, is unbelievably important to follow through. Was it Nuclear Pug? Is that your username? Even if you fail, you must continue. And I definitely like that. Even if I fail, even if it is just hopeless anyway, I must continue forward. So I apologize. It wasn't meant to be dramatic or to try to get sympathy or anything like that. I'm not a narc. I'm not trying to get, boo-hoo, feel sorry for me. I appreciate the kind comments. I appreciate your prayers, even though I'm not deserving of them at all. The fact is that I'm simply weak, and I always have been. And, and I'm not saying that to now, have sympathy because I'm a weak man. None of that. What happened, folks? Had a low point and I faltered. The back pain has been one thing, but the lack of sleep was another. I don't think I have to tell you, when you're not exactly sleeping, you're not going to really recover from anything either. And so it just becomes this thing where it just becomes this obsession, this back pain, this sleep. Am I going to have the energy to get through a work day, or this or that? How much, am I going to pass out from exhaustion and sleep at least an hour tonight? I don't know. You can't find a comfortable way to sleep, like where it doesn't feel like you're aggravating something, where you can relax and just relax and sleep. And so, one day turns into several days, turns into a week, turns into several weeks, and I honestly cracked. What can I say? And my natural tendency to just give up, quit, run away, even for something as menial as that, setting myself a goal of an upload schedule, I started to run away from even that, So, I'm not even really sure where to start. Yeah, that day after, that night, I think the video, I just stood up for a while. You can't stand up forever. I don't know, I think I remember just laying down on a yoga mat, and it's like, oh wow, I felt this unbelievable release in my body. See, this is the part where you're like you already think I'm crazy talking about this stuff. Imagine how this all sounds when you bring it up to specialists or any of that stuff. It's so it's so hard to wrap your mind around. What exactly is the cause? Why is this? Why is it sometimes you do this, it feels better, and sometimes it doesn't? So, felt this unbelievable release in my body. I know. I think the thing with all this floor sleeping think I've pretty much concluded that I have a body that just have a spine that really likes sort of hard, flat surfaces, especially without a pillow. That, I mean, I do have a forward hunch, even when I supposedly stand up straight and all that. I can see that, yeah, I mean, I clearly, that does not look right. So I think just that laying down on a hard, flat surface, it like just bends you back into what would be like a normal alignment and takes away some of the pain. But that did this time, and I got some good sleep actually that night. And then the next day, felt great. It was almost like a stark contrast, like, whoa, what happened? I was almost shocked. Is it really going to get this better this fast? And that night again, awful, just like this freaking yoga mat alone on the hardwood floor just felt awful. Tossing and turning, I don't know. So let's see, yesterday I got up in the morning, had a work day. It's just this like, well, here's another day, right? And for some odd reason, I just got the Theracane equivalent that I have and started digging into that spot a lot. And, imagine like this is your spine. This is like your like shoulder blade right here. There's definitely like spots along here, which is where I kind of feel the irritation too, that just pressing in, and I would feel this like unbelievable like aching go up here and like around like this. So there is something going on with trigger points in the area for sure. It just felt very sore later and now too, but what I was able to do, like, I don't know, maybe it helped, maybe it didn't. At this point, I don't know. It's like, oh, I lay down with these blankets, it's fine. But then if I have my arm like this, it's fine. But there is something in that area that I think it's trigger point related. I've got the chiropractor visit on Tuesday. We're going to go over x-rays and stuff. And I was going to ask him if, would you be able to do some trigger point therapy with like the shots? If there are some areas there that are just screwed up, can you inject them with something so maybe it can release the area and start to heal? But yeah, unbelievable, some tender spots in that sort of mid area near the scapula. Just dig in, and I was able to actually sleep last night. Just doing my traditional old setup with like the yoga mat and the 2 blankets on top. So I think that was one very, very helpful thing. It feels like it's been freaking over a month since I've slept, honestly. It was just like such a nice little, oh, I can finally now actually rest. So I don't know. Is there something to it? Maybe it won't make any difference tonight. I don't know, but I definitely plan to start now going in each day with the Theracane and start working on that area, especially if that is the source, because that is the area where I sit. Right now, it's not too bad. I feel just mostly a dull ache, but that's the area where I would just feel this like irritation that, the more you sit on it, the more it would just kind of grow and grow and grow and grow. And so that was the thing when I would lay down and try to sleep before. It just feel like I was laying on something, And so like the couple of moments where maybe you can sort of kind of fall asleep in a way, you just wake up with this like pain in the back there. I don't know, man, but I'm going to start. I don't think this whole like laying down and just rest and don't do anything. I think it's now time to start trying to go in with the Theracane and hitting those spots and seeing if just working on it each day, if it kind of helps dig out whatever's been there for a while. The left side's not too bad, but that right side, like I said, you got to take the trigger point. Oh, no, that's too edgy. Take the muscle trigger point pill. The Theracane pill. Yeah, it was, it was like afterwards, yeah, you feel good, like you feel achy and sore, and definitely just kind of hurts, but there's just like something better too, where I was able to just lay on it and not feel like there was just something digging into something else, if that, I don't know. You can imagine why this is, once again, why this is so difficult to wrap your head around and diagnose and all of that, if you will. So that's my plan. Maybe it'll help. Maybe I can string together more good, restful nights of sleep and get back on some sort of track, and we'll see. Maybe that has been the source of it, folks. Just sitting in the comfy chair that I had before, you'd feel great, but just over time, just moving your hands, and as your shoulder blades kind of move back and forth, that's kind of just that area there where I would just feel it get super irritated, and you could feel this pain like go up here. You'd have to just get up and go lay down to just take pressure off the area. So maybe the trigger points in there have truly been the source of it all along. And now it's time to start digging in. Like I said, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but what else have you got to do? I think at this point, laying down and doing nothing and just waiting, I think you've already done enough of that. Now it's kind of time to do a little something else. Have made a little progress with coding. I will be honest, the last week my mind was just, I went into panic mode with the sleep and all of that. And just, I don't know, all I could think about is, am I going to get through the day? Going to be able to get through the work day, the this and that. But I did finish up some stuff with objects and arrays, creating arrays of objects and all of that, and then attribute selectors in CSS, just some of the, if you want to just, I can't add classes to this or IDs, I guess maybe there's some content delivery networks that won't give you access to the HTML, so you use some, want to select it by, I don't know, image tags with this source name, and then have it do this. So not great, but there was movement forward. Right now, folks, it's just trying to also restore health. I won't lie. I'm very sensitive to any loss of like physical health, especially definitely sleep. So yeah, it's certainly, when times are good and everything's seemingly all perfect and you feel great and all of that, it's certainly very easy to get motivated and excited and do whatever it is, but not, like I've said, are you able to at least keep moving forward when things aren't great? Because there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. This isn't the first time. This isn't going to be the last time. There's going to be other stuff that comes up in life that is going to take up your mental space. And, am I going to just collapse and crumble of like, oh no, let me just wait however long I need to and not do anything else, right? Until this. Yeah. This is, folks, the most important part of it. Moving forward when it's not great, when you don't feel great, when you are dealing with some sort of issue and sleep isn't the best and you do have some low points and it feels like you were barely able to do anything, but you at least got a little bit of something done. So, well, I went to church again today. It was good. I mean, all of these have been good. I think this one today was especially good. Maybe it's just because I was able to get some sleep last night, but I don't know, kind of nice and sunny out, and seems like there were more people, and had several people sit in the aisle with me, or row, I don't know what you'd call it. Just kind of felt more comfortable. You know, I mean, I think I'm now getting used to it. The homily was once again very appropriate. I think Juiced Memorial said, you know, if the pastor gives you some food for thought and makes you think, then it's good. It very much continues to be. And I did eat my holy bread. I don't know what you call it. I got 2 pieces again this time. I ate at the time. I didn't wait until dinner. I'm like, all right, I think a little piece of bread is going to be fine, right? And this other piece, like I said, I'll bring to my mom. It's become a picnic man tradition at this point. And yeah, later this year, we're going to that like lake up in the mountains. It's kind of become another little thing that we do, that I was just talking about it over with dinner with my parents last night, of how much I was looking forward to that. It's just become, we started doing that in 2019, you know, get some cabins, just a little lake you can fish and walk around and hike. It's become just a nice little tradition that I'm like, you know what? I'm actually looking forward to that this time. And I'll have a cabin of my own this time, so I won't have to deal with my parents snoring, so that'll be good. And I will say, I forgot to mention, you know, laying there Googling stuff with this and that pain, I have oddly come to enjoy Australian physical therapy YouTube channels. There's a couple that I've liked, like City Physio, and another like MMT or something, right? I don't know, like Melbourne Manipulation Therapy, something like that. I don't know. I've come to really enjoy some of that stuff. I don't know why. It's just find it oddly comfy. And there was one good video, that one spot, you know, that one spot with, what is it, the rhomboid that, yeah, it's like along the spine, just a little bit to the side, is one hot spot of areas, but then along that shoulder blade. So, but yeah, I mean, we've already rambled about that. Another good one, the homily did start out talking about like the stupor bowl. I'm so disconnected from all that I didn't even realize, like, oh, it's the stupor bowl today, huh? I was a little bit worried of like, all right, man, where is this going? It did talk about, I mean, it all kind of tied in together, but, you know, kind of using the gifts you're born with and multiplying them and all that. And I guess it was a reference to Tom Brady or someone. I don't know. I don't really care, but tied it back around to, I think afterwards, the talk about the stupor bowl, it turned into talking about the parable of the talents. Was it one is given 5, another 3, another 1 or something, and one buries them, and the others make use of them and multiply. Each according to their abilities and not compared to others. What have you done with it, right? No more, no less, or did you make use of it and do something with it? Today we hear the parable of the talents. Through this story, our Lord is teaching us that we've all been given the gifts of faith, a unique personality, special talents, and a certain finite amount of time in this life. Each of us is unique. We have not been given the same gifts, but we are called to cultivate what we have been given, multiply it, and continually offer it back to God in thanksgiving. It's as if I didn't need another reason to start thinking back on life, right? It was very much hard not to reflect on things again, right? Man, I've already done that enough as it is. Like, Father, now you're making me think about it again. Just started to think back on post-college and how, I mean, as much of a mess as I am now, how much worse. No car, scared to drive. I had like a month of work experience at Best Buy that I left because I was utterly terrified of people. Utterly terrified. And couldn't force myself to just hang on in there and face that fear, man, and get over it. The usual coulda, shoulda, woulda at this point. Weak. And don't know how to be strong. Well, I know how what's not strong is certainly giving up on every little thing that you say that you're going to do and then make up endless excuses. And so it was good. I mean, I'm not explaining it well. It's hard to, it's another homily where, you know, you sit down, you take it in, it gives you, it's very much food for thought that just really, oh jeez, just made me think a whole, all right, so once again, just kind of made me think. And obviously sitting here trying to talk about it, I can't really express it, but so far it's good. And hey, guess what? I've actually talked to somebody a little bit there, some dude named Dave. So we sat in the same row this time. I've seen him around a little bit. We seem to kind of prefer going around the kind of later liturgy, not the super early one. And just afterwards, you know, they kind of sit outside for a little bit. And, you know, you can kind of recognize, like I said, the people who congregate in groups and know each other and those who go off the side. I saw some other guy who kind of looked like he might have been new, but at the end of it, he just kind of jetted out. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to say hi to him and try to be welcoming in my own little way, even as a newbie here. But I talked to Dave here a little bit, you know, just introduce myself, just a little bit of, you know, you've been coming here often. Yeah, I'm not very good at the fellowship stuff, the whole just trying to get better at it, talk to people. He was pretty cool. So said my goodbye and I'll see him around. So that's good. I'm making slowly starting to talk to somebody, right? You recognize those who are like you, just kind of around the edges, so to speak, and try to at least form the connections there. And I think what today's service also made me realize, folks, was this whole working from home thing, how it's got its positives, and how I'm very happy to have still been employed, right? Given everything and what people have been through. I mean, people watching this, but man, does it sure have its downsides when you lose that human interaction. Even if you are antisocial, this and that, whatever, there is definitely a downside to it. It just going to church, just even going to a grocery store and just walking around, being amongst people, it very much feels like you're a dry desert, just desperately getting those drops of water, not realizing how thirsty you actually were. You know, it really is one of those, you want to get away from everybody, from people, from the world, all your life. I don't like people, I don't this and that. And then when you are truly in that situation where you don't have to go anywhere, you know, all you do is just now spend your time in your room. You know, once the novelty of that and stuff wears off, you do realize the just, I don't know, man, just, wow. It's not all it's cracked up to be. We truly are social creatures, aren't we? Well, that's probably going to do it. Whether I fail, whether I embarrass myself, which will continue on, even if this is all hopeless, and and whatever it is, I must continue on. Especially when things aren't exactly great. Sometimes they'll be great, sometimes mediocre, sometimes awful. But important to keep going no matter what. I don't know if I'll ever be strong, folks. I hope I can be. I mean, realizing your weaknesses and oh, I want to have a family and a wife, whatever. Yeah, I mean, God, it's probably good that I don't have that, right? What kind of a father or a husband would I even be? And I can't even be like a decent son to... I don't know if I'll ever be strong, but I know I won't. I'm certainly running away from things that you say that you're going to do is certainly very weak, isn't it? So that's going to do it. We'll see. I will continue on with the Theracane stuff now each day. I mean, I don't know how often you're supposed to do it. I feel like I've seen conflicting information at this point. I'm just tired of this. Take it easy, wait and see. And see how sleep goes. See what the chiropractor says. Like I said, maybe I can get some trigger point injection stuff done. Hey, slowly talking to people at church here. It's going good. I'm not going to do this whole let me start church shopping whatever thing, you know. Feels like another cut and run, because I don't know what I'm supposed to look for. So, you know, you'll have the same thing. You'll try another place, you'll leave this place and then go to another, and then oh well, I don't know, I don't feel, you know, it's just like all I freaking do is run away. I don't know, I'm not sure, blah, blah, blah. Take a break, run away, don't do this. So, just got to keep on sticking to that, especially so far. If, you know, every single time I go, it seems like I pick something up in the homily. So, and keep on. I think I'm now on JavaScript in the DOM with coding, so gotta keep it going. Don't really need any more further information about aches and pains. Just get through it, man. Get through it. Stop sitting and dwelling on the pain or the this or the that. And on that note, I will see you next Sunday. I apologize for the last video. I certainly deserve the criticism. I appreciate the kind words. And I wasn't attempting to fish for them, and I appreciate the prayers, but I do not feel worthy even a little bit of it, of anyone's. If anyone, I should be praying for some of you here with the stuff you've got going on in your life. All right, folks. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.